Tunyani, whatever. There are some people, Ashanti region, they have cut their. Because whether you like it or not, everything must do this. Your teeth must show. Because your frown can change the atmosphere in the palace. So if you don't know how to smile, you can't be in a palace. In Nehemiah chapter 2, Nehemiah said, my face, I frown my face in front of the king. And I was afraid because the king will cut my head. Because those days, you dare not frown. If it is bad, you cry out. To comprehend. If your stomach, you are in the front of in the palace, and your stomach, your head, when the king calls, you must smile. Okay, they'll put it there. Therefore, the king said to me, why is your face sad since you are not sick? This is nothing but sorrow. And I became dreadfully afraid. Why is he afraid? Because they'll cut his head off. Look at someone say, smile. You are sleepy. Wake him up. Master. Come say, smile. And Satan will not want you to smile. One person who knows how to smile without any cause is my wife. She can be on the phone, she'll smile and say, what is it? I'm talking to myself. I say, share, make her smile. She alone, she's there. No, she's so happy she's smiling. But see, if you don't know how to smile in life, you will die early. Look at someone say, this one too, you won't laugh. You are still frowning your face. Look, years later, John the Baptist's head was cut and put on a silver platter. I'm sure Jezebel will say, you don't know. I went to this woman and her daughter. The same spirit. Because it is not enough for you to just hear it. You must be able to refute it. And one of the ways to push yourself out of darkness, out of trouble, is to have your 2 feet anointed. Not necessarily by a priest. You see, the Bible says, how beautiful are the feet of them that bring good news. People who bring bad news, their feet is dirty. Oh, amen. That is why I stopped listening to a lot of the news. Because if you listen to news, you will not listen to the economy of heaven. Oh, I'm being very frank with you. When you listen to news, the dollar is running. I didn't mention anybody's name. The dollar is running. Fuel is running. This is running. You too run. You are hearing others run and you are standing. Others are running. You are not running. Now, he said, those who preach good news. Some say good news. Now, let me tell you this. Last week, I was telling you that Romans chapter 1, the preacher of the gospel carries power. But the power of the gospel preacher is in 2 ways. It's in his mouth and his feet. Because you can't say something and your feet must not work it. A preacher who preaches with his mouth and doesn't do it, Satan doesn't fear. I told you the last time that the belt of truth is what holds your dress together. And anybody who keeps lying, devil doesn't fear. Because when you say, I'm going to prosper, the devil says, he's lying. Don't mind. He said, you demon of sickness, go. You tell him, yeah, don't mind, he's lying. Because anything he says, give him 5 minutes, he will change his mouth. But if you are the type that if you say go, no matter the convincing that comes under the sun, you will still stand like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. the devil knew way more. Now that this guy that has said this, I told you it was so bad that there was a time that somebody misbehaved and they were going to sack. And he came to me and I gave him advice on how to go and lie. When they got to the administration, they asked him, who did you talk to before coming? He said, Yalley. They said, go. Anything you are going to say is a lie and we can't prove it. Because they knew me that my lies were so accurate, precise. There was no way you can get out of it. So even human authorities can even know. I don't know whether you understand me. That is why, let me tell you, if God tells you to do something, God doesn't tell you to do something because there are no opposition. He tells you to do things because he knows that the devil is there, but that devil must fear you. The Bible said, God told Joshua that I give you the city, but wherever the soles of your feet shall tread upon, you shall possess. There's a difference between hands being laid and there's another one with legs being there. I tell people this, that when you need a big favor, don't talk on phone. Step there. Because see, when you are on phone, say, oh, can you please borrow me 1,000 Ghana? Or can you put 1,000 Ghana in my account? The person can say, no. Be with the person face to face. It is very, very difficult for people to say no to you. If they can't say no to you, there's something really wrong with you. Then you don't have favor. So if you look at Moses, even though Moses was higher in anointing than Joshua, for the Red Sea to be opened, Moses, God told him, lift up your staff. He had to lift the staff. But for Joshua to cross the Jordan, the priests had to use the staff on their shoulders and step into the water. And as soon as they stepped into the water parted. And I want to tell you something here. The devil doesn't want you to step in certain places because he knows that when you step there, that will be the end of their hold. That is why, whether you like it or not, from tomorrow you are about to step at the place that the devil never thought you will ever step. If you're the one, shout, I'm the one. Say, I will step there. Look, years ago, they invited a man of God, Benny Hinn, to a place to preach. Benny Hinn is the type who comes to places very early. 2-3 hours before the service, he went to, it was a stadium, he went to sit at the far corner in the stadium. People were entering the place and they were getting healed. They didn't understand. Normal stadium. People were getting healed. So the one who hosted this said, no, there should be something here. So they went looking, not knowing. The man was sitting at the corner. He has not started praying. Service has not begun. By his presence alone in the stadium has brought in angels. And let me tell you this. Most people will tell you, 2 Kings chapter 6, that there's a devil after you. You see, when people tell you about the devil who is after you, may God open their eyes to see the angels that are also after you. Because let me tell you, when God makes provision for you, he knows that there's a devil after you. Do you know that God got surprised when Adam told him that he was naked? God was shocked. You are not supposed to know. That is my beef. That is not your... That you are not supposed to know how vulnerable you are. You are not supposed to know that you are naked. So he said, who told you are naked? You are not supposed to know. But there are some people who are expert in telling you your nakedness. True of us. They will never... I have a principle. Anybody you have not instructed, you cannot correct. Did you hear me? You can't correct anybody you have not instructed. When we went to school, you don't do correction first. You are taught. You write an exam. The quing must stop. You are taught. You write an exam. And if you don't pass, then you do what? Correction. But these days, there are people who are good with correction when they have not taught. Look at something. Is that fair? You can't correct anybody you have not taught. Teach me how to do it. If I don't do it well, then you can correct me. If you have not taught me, you can't correct me. Am I talking to somebody here? And do you know that anybody who has not taught you, especially you instrumentalists, anybody who never taught you, when he's correcting you, you hardly listen. Even though the person can be better than you, but you mind the person. Because if he was the one who taught you, if he says go left, even if it is wrong, you will go. True or false? Look at somebody and say, who is speaking to you? I didn't hear you. I was surprised that Jesus was there and Satan entered into Peter and began to advise Jesus. And Jesus was able to discern and tell Peter, Satan, get thee behind me. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the devil can use anybody around you to speak to you, to move into the satanic will. That's why as a Christian, you should be able to know God for yourself. Oh, did you hear me? Oh, did you hear me? Oh, did you hear me? Look at someone, do you know God for yourself? What does the person say? How beautiful are the feet of them that preach good news. When a person preaches the gospel, fear him. Anybody who speaks the mind of God, fear him. But much as the people who speak the mind of God, the people who also speak the mind of Satan. Can I continue? So in Matthew chapter 10, it's also in Luke chapter 9, and it's also in Acts chapter 13. Matthew chapter 10, I'm sure verse 15. Try it for me. Jesus told the disciples that every city that you go, if they don't accept you, shake the dust of your feet against them. Give me verse 14. Shake the dust and to be more tolerable for. It didn't say speak against them. Why? Because your mouth is to carry good news. As for your mouth, it must carry good news. But your feet determines their destination. So he said, shake the dust. What does it mean to shake the dust of your feet? In other words, all the wahala you've been through, give it to them. Oh, are you here? Let's read together, because some of you say, let's go. And whoever will not receive you, nor what? Nor hear your words, when you depart from the house of the city, shake off. Because you see, your feet must be beautiful. And if your feet must be beautiful, there are certain dust you must shake it off. Because I must shake off some dust. As long as you are alive and you walk, your feet will gather dust. And if your feet gathers dust, you must learn to shake it off. And there are some people who have decided that you will not succeed, and you must shake the dust of your feet against them. It's not necessarily cursing them. It will be more terrible. You know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire consumed them. Anybody who turned became salt. Look at something. I want to shake my dust off my feet. Let me tell you, you are not walking fast because you are carrying too much weight on your feet. You are not walking fast because you are carrying too much weight on your feet. Yesterday when we went for the walk, some of us who know about walk knew the kind of shoe to put on. Some people, they were so tired after 30 minutes because their shoe was even heavier. And some too, their shoe was too light. But you see, when a man who carries the anointing enters into your life, hear me, the man of God is expected to speak good things. Someone say good things. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Obviously, good in work, good. No, that's what people say. If there's no good, should I still say good? Why not? Genesis chapter 1. God saw darkness and said, let hook and sinker. Look at somebody say, me, I'm not dying now. Can I give somebody a prophecy? Before the end of this year, you will chop the money you've never chopped before. I know the spiritual people will say, and you see, you go to church and all that, yes, money, and they talk money, you say amen. Mark chapter 10. Peter went to Jesus and said, Master, I have followed you, and what I go chop? Read the Bible. He said, I've left my father, my mother, land, property because of you. What will I get? Jesus didn't say, Canaan. He said, whosoever has left land, wife, sister, mother, father, for my sake and the gospel's sake, will receive 100-fold return now in this life before heaven matter. Oh, read it. What is it? Who shall not receive 100? No, give me from verse 29, please. Peter began to say to him, see, we have left all and followed you. Because Jesus had just told somebody to go and sell his property and bring it to church, and the guy said, well, lie, I can't do that. That one, don't bring it. That one is not possible. So Peter remembered Jesus said, what about we? Who have left everything? Is there anybody here who has left something and people say, where is your God? Oh, is there anybody like that? Look, I am an expert in that. Anytime people question me on my God, he answered me. I repeat it. And that's those people are very close to me. Anytime people question me on my God, he answered me. He said, we have left all and followed you. Verse 29, quickly, please. So Jesus said, I say to you, there is no one. Is there anybody here? There is. Is it you he's talking about? There is no one who has left house, brothers or sisters or fathers or mothers or wife or children or land for my sake and the gospels. Two things. For my sake and the gospel. Sometimes you do things because of the gospel. Sometimes you do it because of the man of God. I don't know whether you understand me. Somebody tell me that is you. There are some who give it to God, and yet sometimes they want to give it to the man, because you see, the man who carries the message is not an ordinary person. Even in Ghana here, the messenger of the president, they don't joke with him. You can't joke with the messenger. If the messenger even in a village, if the one who gong bitter comes to tell you that chief say come, if you are saw that gong bitter, you are in trouble. How much more you that is determined in your neighborhood to preach the gospel? You are the one that is telling people about Jesus Christ. Anybody who tries to fight you because you want to talk about Jesus, God will fight for you. I said God will fight for you. You see, but the problem, why is the God not fighting? Because you don't appropriate the keys. No one who has left house or brothers or sisters or fathers or mothers or wife for my sake and the gospels, 30, who shall not receive 100-fold now in this time. He didn't say you go to heaven and get houses. He didn't say you go to heaven and you get breakthrough. Today, right now, I have a lot of sisters. I have a lot of brothers. I have a lot of mothers. I have a lot of fathers. I have a lot of sons. I have a lot of daughters. Because years ago, I was a lonely man. Years ago, I was a rejected person. But see, when people reject you, it gives God a reason to embrace you. You are not here. You are not here. You are not here. You are not here. So, for those of you who are skeptical, that was just for you. So that your spiritual mindset will be straightened. Can I hear an amen? Is your amen good? Is your amen good? So here is Jesus. John chapter 12 is in this book. He was about to die. Sometimes things are so eminent that you can't do anything about it. But you need to go through it. Even the Bible says, and Jesus needed to go through Samaria. Sometimes there are certain things you must go through. You can say, I'll go through it. You see, it didn't say you jump over the fire. It said, "Yea, though I walk through." Look at this. I walk through it. So there are some storms you must go through it. But you see, you can't just go through it without your feet anointed. So Jesus entered into a house. He raised Lazarus from the dead. He raised Lazarus. The Lazarus was doing party. Can I prophesy to somebody? They think they will come for funeral party. They will come for a resurrection party. They will. You see, some people are waiting for you to die so that they will buy a cloth. No, you send them 100-year birthday. They should buy cloth for 100 years. You will be opening your Lazarus. The people who were mourning at the funeral came to the party, resurrection party. Some say resurrection party. May you have a resurrection party. You will have a business resurrection party. You will have a marriage resurrection party. You will have a breakthrough resurrection party. You will look back and say, everybody thought it was gone, but I am having a resurrection party. Say resurrection party. Now, when we were doing the resurrection party, Jesus was invited. Of course, he raised the dead. He must be invited. But you know, most of the people who came to the party were not interested in the one who raised the dead. They were interested in the one who came from the dead. Sometimes you will do good for people and they forget that you did it for them. You can introduce somebody to a contract and he breaks through and he's chopping and he forgets that you were the one who introduced him. Is there anybody like that here? If not for you, that girl would not have met that boy for them to marry. I think I'm not preaching. They forgot Jesus. So Jesus was sitting in his corner and a woman came with an alabaster oil, very expensive oil, and he didn't put it on Jesus' head. He came to pour it on Jesus' feet, and the scent of the oil began to penetrate through everybody's nose. The fried rice and chicken left their nose. The food left their nose. The salad left their nose. They began to smell the oil on the person's feet. And then Judas. Satan always has a Judas. One day somebody sent me a message on social media. He said, these pastors that are chopping people money, they don't even use it to keep for the poor. And I sent him a message, when did you join Judas? He said, I don't understand. I said, go and read John chapter 12. Judas said to Jesus, you see, this oil that was put on your feet, you could have used it to take care of poor people. You see? Poor people. You, Jesus, instead of you taking care of the poor, you are enjoying every day. Are there some Judases in the world these days? Instead of you taking care of the poor, Jesus is the only one. I like the answer Jesus gave. Jesus said, leave her alone. Can't say, leave me alone. There's a subtitle in the book titled, Leave Me Alone. Master, if you don't allow people to leave you alone, you will lose your miracle. There are Judases whose duty it is to stop the Mary Magdalenes from fulfilling God's will. Jesus said to them, leave her alone. She has kept this day for the day of my burial. What was Jesus talking about? Jesus was saying that this anointing of my feet has been kept in such a way that when I am buried, I will say to God, Jesus was going to step in hell. And don't forget that wherever the soles of your feet shall tread upon, you shall possess it. And he needed his foot to be anointed before he stepped in hell. And some of you, you are about to step into an office, but before you step into that office, you must anoint your feet before you step there. No, I'm not talking to somebody here. You are about to break through. You don't qualify. You've never been there before. You've never seen it before. You've never examined it before. But you must have your feet anointed. And some say, I need a pastor. Excuse me, Mary Magdalene was not a pastor. Actually, she was a former prostitute. You see, I like the Bible. Because see, the Bible doesn't change who you are. You see, when if you look at Luke chapter 8, when they describing Mary Magdalene, they really said she has 7 demons. So don't worry when people keep referring to you about what you did in the past, because what God will do in your future will erase everything anybody has to say concerning your past. What God will do for you tomorrow will take away any bad testimony you have at the past. But you see, He wants you to concentrate on what you used to be instead of what you can be. Jesus said, now I am alive. This woman has prepared my body for my burial. I want to tell you that though things are tough, you are going to anoint your feet this week. This is the revised edition of this book. Years ago, I think in 1999 or 2000, I wrote this book, first version. And I used to give it to this my son who would read the book and was succeeding. My first rent, he gave it to me. My second rent, he gave it to me. He was the first person to dash me a car, powerful car. One day he came to my office. He calls me Olma. He said, Olma, so this anointing feet thing, do you do something? I said, oh no. You see, I teach you people, you do it and then you succeed and you bring me tithe. He said, Olma, he said, I will suffer. Because he said, it's not everybody who will get and will give you. So me too. I realized that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Me too, I started anointing my feet so. That is why me too, I am blessed. That is why now I don't depend on your title. That is why if you bring, I take. If you don't bring, I take. Because the truth is that when your feet is anointed, God prepares you for the tough time. How beautiful are the feet of them. The woman made the feet of Jesus beautiful. May your feet be beautified this week. We are in the 9th month, the month of delivery. Last Sunday, no, just recently, one of my daughters has been trying to see me. I said, don't come and see me. Don't. She still troubled me. So she still insisted and came to the office. Then I told my secretary that I know what she's coming to tell me. I know what she's coming to tell me. She entered the office and she told me, very good news. You see, let me tell you this. The devil will do everything to slow you down. But you too must prepare. Sometimes I'm prepared. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Please, I will not anoint your feet for you this day. You will do it yourself. Job 29:6. Poor man Job used to be rich. But Job said, I remember when I washed my stead with butter and the rock poured me forth rivers of oil. You see, Job used to also put his feet in oil. You see, this is how I say people should do. Get a bowl. I said, get what? Yeah. Get oil. So I don't have money. I should buy oil and put it in bowl and put my feet in it when I can use to cook rice. You see, you are too poor to understand mysteries. And you put your feet in the oil, in the bowl. Don't go and destroy your carpet. And start speaking in tongues. And start telling God, anywhere my feet has been before, anything that was mine, any place my feet is going to step, anything that is mine, I take possession of it. Master, whether the dollar goes to 5 or goes to 6, they will still pay us our due. Okay? When the economy of the forest changes, the lion doesn't eat grass. The lion doesn't change his meal to grass. It is still meat. No matter what, the lion will not go and look for grass because it's available. don't change that budget. That house, you will complete it. No matter the economy of the jungle, I can never eat grass. It is not pride. It is just who I am. Because that is my nature. No, somebody came and said, "You man of God, you man of God, you say there's no money, and you every Sunday you change your dress. Every Sunday you are wearing a suit." I said to this man, "You are too poor to understand. When we were taking people to school to learn how to sew, so that they will sew for us to wear free, you were not born again. I don't buy dress. How many of you like this one? One of my sons from the north brought it, and I told him I'll wear it so that you two can buy some. I don't buy, but you are jealous. I don't buy dress. I don't buy shoe. The only thing I buy is when I miss some food. I don't buy anything because you see, the economy doesn't have to affect your thinking. Your thinking must affect the economy. If we are going for a contract, Pastor Charles, and the dollar has risen, revise the contract. Am I talking to somebody here? Some people called me. I've done it several times. GTV, I've done it to GTV before. They want me GBC Live. They want me to come and TV. I said I don't have time. Another TV station called me. I said, "Can you pay me?" I said, "We are putting you on TV." I said, "No, I am selling your station." He said, "We will give you free advert." I said, "No. How much will you pay me for playing my jingle?" It is not pride. It's who I am. I have things on Facebook that 60,000 people are watching. He said I should come for 200 people to watch. I should pay. Are you with me? Are you with me? So when Jesus stepped in hell to collect the keys that Adam and Eve handed over to Satan, his feet was already anointed. Because the Bible says, "Whatever the source of your feet shall tread upon, you shall possess." And let me give another prophetic word that to bring it together. If you read it, my favorite, Deuteronomy chapter 33. 24 and 25. He said, "Most blessed of all the sons is Asher." Asher was the 8th born. 8 is the number of new beginnings. And if you look at Asher, all the children, the prophet said nobody is as blessed as Asher. But you see, at the age of year, one of the painful things in life is when you look blessed, but you are poor in the pocket. You look good on the outside, but inside you are suffering. He said, and of Asher, he said, "Let me be favored by brothers." No, give me verse 23. 23 first. Okay, no. Okay, give me 24. And of Asher, give me King James, please. I like my old. And of Asher, he said, "Let Asher be blessed with children." Akwano nimba. And the word "be blessed with children" means that be empowered to produce children. Be empowered to multiply what you have. Be empowered to have more staff. As people are laying off their workers, you will not lay off your workers. You are about to employ more people. Are you here with me? When Noah's ark was going up, people were dying. Let them die. Go up. Can we go on? Let him be acceptable to his brethren. What does it mean that it should be acceptable? You see, when you are not acceptable, you are not anointing your feet. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants to sign deals with you. Nobody wants to mind you. Your feet is not anointed. And I'll prove it very soon. He said, let him be as, may you become acceptable. Amen. I didn't hear you. 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 Amen. You know something? It's not everybody you must fight publicly. People who fight public, they are useless. They don't have power. I'll kill you. You don't have power. How am you? You dare, you go bring yourself down. You are in your room. You are doing prophetic direction. If Jesus did it, who are you? Let him dip his foot in oil. What will happen? Why will somebody dip his foot in oil? For what? The next verse 24, 25. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass. When a man's feet is anointed, your shoe, you think you are wearing leather shoe. Spiritually, it is metallic. If they put nail, you will step on it. If a snake passes, you crash his head. Your shoe is no longer an ordinary shoe. That's why Romans chapter 16 says that we shall bruise the heel of Satan shortly. You cannot bruise the head of Satan when your feet is not anointed. Most prophetic, the anointing forehead, the anointing forehead. Master, you the forehead is enough. Maybe you go then anoint your forehead. I always say that the anointing of the forehead is called milshak. There are levels of anointing. There's milshak. I've taught you before. Let me teach a little bit. Take off your time. Milshak anointing is for service. That is Isaiah chapter 61. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me because He has anointed you to preach. That one, you be a good usher, a good chorister. Oh, you are a good server. That word anoint is milshak. If you want anointing to deal with principalities, Psalm 90. My head shall thou anoint with fresh oil. Thou anoint there is Balaam. And if you want anointing to be successful, Psalm 23. Dawshin. Thou anointed my head with oil. That's when they're anointing you, they don't rub your head, you pour oil. That's why you didn't make me so. The oil. He said, you anoint my head and the cup runs over. That one, you don't say, oh, take. No, they must pour. Aaron was anointed from the head for the oil to get to the beard, to get to the feet, because your children must also have some oil. It must go to the feet. Aaron's head was total from head to feet. Read the Bible. Someone tell you, it goes from the head to the feet to the skirt. It was total. Poverty in Tiani and the Can I go on? Then there's another one called Suk. Anointing to spread. C-U-W-K. That is pronounced Suk. That is what Satan had. Anointed cherub. That spread. And each one and how it is ministered. Today we are not doing all that today. Today we are being anointed on the feet. Can we go? If you're angry, you can go home. Can we take you off? Where was I? He said, your shoes shall be. So see, when your feet are anointed like that, people think that you are wearing ordinary shoe. But your shoe is not ordinary. Spiritually, when you are coming, do you know iron shoe? They make noise. They resound ahead of you. And you don't get afraid of anything. You step on anything. If it is cockroach, bra. Any witch that come like cockroach, bra. They come like rat, bra. They come like snake. Anything they come, you just step on them because you have iron shoe. May your feet be anointed. Yeah. Then the next thing is that as your days, so shall your strength be. You see, I like this one. And I've also say the number of your days, so shall your strength be. You know what is as your days, so shall your strength be? Let me explain. You can't be working for 20 years and you look like somebody who has just begun life. Let me tell you this prayer some time ago, how I prayed it. Can I teach you? So that you can pray some. The last 2 weeks or so, I was there. Is you, I sent a message to Andrew. Andrew! Anoint your feet. Do you remember? I said, anoint your feet. He said he can't say where he's working. But all his life, since he came to join me, way back in Malam, how many years? 18. This was what you dream of working. Today he's there. Bang! He's just the cool. When I called him that you anoint, I'm sure he was wondering why. I said, get up and anoint your feet every midnight. Take your seat. Now, you see, some of you have followed God all your life. There's nothing to write home about. Years ago, I went to God and I told God, God, I don't understand this life. What I'm preaching is I've lived it. And then the Lord gave me a word. So you shall reap. And I read John chapter 4. And I told God that, I've told some of you this story before. God, whatever we sow, we shall reap 100-fold. If I sow 4 cities, 100%, 400, and show me. So I began to battle with it. You see, when you know the word, you know how to argue with God. Now I told God that your word said, you told the disciples that I am going to take you to the harvest. Others have sowed and they are about to harvest. I want to take you to where the harvest. You see, when your feet is anointed, it's not that you must always go to where there is trouble. Your feet must go to where the breakthrough is also located. Yeah. Yes. Ready market. Yes. You see, okay, let's read. Everybody read. And herein is the saying, one soweth, another reap. Master, you're reaping and sowing 1 year. Some of you need a big capital, $10 million. But the highest seed you can ever sow in your life is 20 Ghana. How can you arrive there? So then Jesus said, I sent you. May God send you. He said, I sent you to reap whereon you bestowed no labor. No, give me there are 4 months to the harvest. Say you know there are yet 4 months and then come at New Year, this harvest. How many more months at the end of the year? 4. So this is prophetic. He said 3, September, October, November, December. We are still in September. You've not finished September. Let's go on. I say unto you, lift up your eyes. Look at me, say, lift up your eyes. Don't look down. Say, lift up your eyes. Let me tell you this. Whenever you are talking to people and you look down, you will never break through. Try and look into people's eyes when you are talking. Be a man. And when you are shaking people, shake well. And don't keep too long. 2 seconds. And don't shake like that. 2 seconds. Then you go. Yeah. Shake a man like a man. Yeah. You can't look at somebody's face. No. You look when you can't look at somebody's face, you look at you are a traitor. Be confident. He said when you even propose and you look at the lady's eyes, she becomes confused. You propose it, I want to tell you that pastor says you are the one. Which pastor says you are the one? Say you know that they are 4 months and then come at the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your hands and look on the field. For they are white, ready. Somebody say, I am ready. But I said, how do you make your harvest ready? He said, I assigned you. And I've kept telling you that anybody who ever succeeded in life, God sent him. How mighty are the feet of them who preach the gospel? How can they hear if they have not been sent? You see, let me repeat it for some of you who were not there when I was teaching it. For David to become a king, his father sent him to give food to his brothers. Am I talking to somebody? For Joseph to become a prime minister, his father sent him to give food. For Saul to become a king, his father sent him. Some of you don't want anybody to send you, and sometimes God. You see, after David was anointed, his father didn't respect the anointing. He said, go and give food to your brother. Anointed man. Did you hear that I said that I'll be king? And you are sending me. Yes, that is why you succeed. Even Jesus was sent. May God send you. I said, may God send you. He said, I am sending you. The next verse. 36, please, quickly. And he that reaped received wages and gathered fruit unto life, that both he that soweth and he that may rejoice together. But 37, quickly. And here in the saying, to one soweth and another reapeth. In other words, if you don't sow, you will not reap. But master, when your feet is anointed, you can't go like that too. Because if you sow and you reap, by the time you do not landlord, the two will be. This thing I'm telling you is emergency, free emergency, no charge. Let's go on. I sent you to reap that wherein you bestow no labor. Give me New King James. Other men labored, and you have entered into their labors. Let me tell you this. By now, somebody has broken through, needs a general manager, because the other manager has become a thief. So that you will become the next general manager. May God send you where you. When your feet is anointed, he said, I sent you to reap that for which you have not labored. Others have labored, and you have entered into their labors. One of the things I have is I have the ability to enter harvest at the right time. Sometimes, say, look at him sleeping. Wonderful. Wake him up. Sometimes somebody is about to break through, but you go through a tough challenge, and everybody will reject the person. And the person will come to me and God say, do this for the person. And the person breaks through. Then the person brings me the tithe. You see, somebody labored. I didn't do anything. I just entered into it, and I'm chopping. See, the problem with all of us is that we don't have the ability to discern, to know when God is leading us into the harvest. Can I go on? I sent you to reap that for which you have not labored. Others have labored, and you have entered into their labor. May God send you into the harvest. Yeah. Give me the next verse. May God send you into the harvest. Yeah. I said, may God send you into the. Now let's go. You leave this one for now. Look at someone say, I must enter into my harvest. So the Bible says, as your days, so shall your strength be. Look at someone say, wow, look at you. Is that how strong you are? Are you not better than this? How many of you believe you are better than this? Oh, if somebody didn't lift up their hands, so yeah, cool, are you here? Look at my days. So shall my strength be. Now let me end on these two scriptures that we pray. In Luke chapter 17 and Leviticus chapter 14 put together. In Luke chapter 17, Jesus was there and some 4 lepers came. Are you with me? Oh, so I said 4 lepers. That is what will happen. I'll give you 4 lepers also. Some 10 lepers came. And they told Jesus that Jesus cleanse us. And Jesus said, no, go and show yourself to the priest and perform the purification. What Jesus was telling them was that they should go and fulfill what was written in Leviticus chapter 14. In Leviticus chapter 14, please, you can get the full detail in the book. For you to fulfill the leper, I don't know if you have seen a leper before. Okay. If you meet a leper and he says, I want money to go to the hospital, which money will you give? Will you take 1,000 Ghana and say, take? The first thing that comes into your head is what? Coins. Some of you, the reason why people give you coins is spiritually you are lepers. I said I met a group of people. We sat down, had a meeting. By the time I finished, $5,000 was put in an envelope. Yeah, for my 1 hour discussion. $5,000. Go and chop. Now, wow, Shamia. 1 hour lecture on what you should do to succeed. The Bible calls something a poor wise man who delivered the city and people forgot. You cannot be that person. Now, in the book, I gave about 10 or 12 symptoms of leprosy. A leper is always sick. A leper always faces disappointment. A leper always has an unclean mind. When you see a leper, the leper himself will say, unclean, unclean, unclean. He himself, not that you are telling you, he himself feels dirty, not qualified, low self-esteem, low image. But when the leper met the priest was supposed to sprinkle an animal's blood 7 times on the person. In the book, I explained that Jesus shed his blood 7 ways. Am I talking to somebody here? Then he takes the log of oil and sprinkle it 7 times on the leper. Because of the 7 Spirit of God. It's also in the book. Go and read it. Then he anoints the right ear. He anoints the right thumb. He anoints the right toe. Everybody, be careful the things you hear. That's why your ear must be anointed. Because it's not everything you must hear. Amen. Some of the things when you hear, you must pretend you didn't hear. Look, I'm a man of God. There are people who insult me and come and sit here for prayers to surprise you. And except people who know me very well. As soon as you mention my name, I arrive in you wherever you are. How many of you know that I have that gift? I can tell you what you discussed. But I have learned to keep it to myself. I can tell you what you discussed about me. It has happened so many times. It's a gift God has given me, but I keep it to myself. But let me go on. Where was I? Some say right here. So some of you, if you've been hearing bad news, you must anoint your right ear. Say, I'm not a priest. Who told you you are not a priest? If you can take communion, you are a priest. We are a holy nation and a royal priesthood. Can I go on? Then you anoint your right thumb. Some of you, anything your hand touch, your hand has bad luck. It must collapse. You have never held a phone for 1 month before. You two like new phones. Everybody hold your phone or hold something in your hand. Can I have a bottle? Something. Give me your bottle. You see, everybody look here. Take it from my hand. Without my thumb. Take it from my hand. Okay. Now, take it from my hand. See, it's the thing that is getting small. Because when your thumb is strong, nobody can easily take things from you. So when you anoint your thumb, your empire, your kingdom, the will of God for your life can never be taken away. In the Old Testament, Judges chapter 4, if they don't want you to survive when they go to war, they cut off your thumb. Because you can't hold a javelin, you can't hold a sword. You are rendered useless. Some of you, this your thumb is useless. It's just dead there. Spiritually, you don't have thumb. It's in the book. You have it, you don't read. You have made the book a museum. The God of Yalley, I have one of his books. And you are suffering for nothing. Whenever you start having bad dreams, anoint your feet, the dreams will stop. Can I go on? Then you anoint the right toe. And I always say this, that if you are climbing a hill or descending a hill without your toe, you'll find it difficult. If I want to push, who can I push? Who wants to be an example? Who will be an example? You see, if your toe is on the ground, put it firmly on the ground, and I push you, it's difficult. But without your toe, any little push you go. You see, if you want to climb a mountain, your toe is that which gives you stability. You see, God doesn't just tell the priest, anoint right here, right hand, right toe for nothing. It is symbolic to preserve you. It is symbolic to take you to your next level. Look at some say, I will anoint my right ear, my right hand, my right toe. Should I end? Okay. That is why one day a prophet said, when the economy was hard, people were eating their children because they didn't have food. They finished eating horses. They are now eating people's children. A prophet said, tomorrow by this time, within 24 hours, food will be cheap. And the finance minister said, if even God is made president, it won't happen. Yes, we are on social media, so I'll keep some things to myself. I'm learning. But look at someone says, some big thing is happening. Where was I? Before you confuse me, where was I? The prophet said tomorrow food will be cheap. Everything will be smooth. The economy will jump back. Now, can I tell you this? Those of you who want to make money from football, mark me down. In the next few years, money from football will drop. I told you about Arsenal. I said very soon, within 3 to 5 years, money from football will drop. Football will not be as lucrative as it is. I don't know why. So if you want to chop there, chop fast. There will be money, but it will not be like the way somehow is going high. Some laws and things and taxes and things will just crash it. Because human beings don't want people to enjoy. When they see you enjoying, they want to crash you down. Let me go. Where was I? The finance minister said, if even God. You see, what I like about God is that whenever people make allegiance that if even God, it makes God angry. I didn't mention anybody's name here. I'm the one preaching. Anybody last week I told you who refused to help you, send him a message and say thank you. Because let me tell you, you will help the person. And the Bible said, now there were 4 lepers who were sitting outside the gate. Now if there were 4 lepers in Israel, the probability that they have anointed their right ear, their right arm, their right toe is great. And they said to themselves, what you say to yourself in the midst of the storm is important. I said, it is not the economy that must speak to you. You must speak to the economy. They said to themselves, why sit we here until we die? We must do something about our life. The Bible said, and they began to wake up and they walk. And as they walk, the Bible said, the enemies heard them coming, because when your feet is anointed, it is like a metal is on your feet, and so they heard 4 men. By the time they arrive at the location, all their enemies have run away. So these lepers who have never worn agbada before, wore agbada. Some wore 3-piece suit. They were eating. Somebody was about to cook fried rice and chicken, and had run away. So one leper, when the food was cooked, I said, God will take you into the harvest. Somebody has just bought a brand new house. Just when they are about to enjoy their life, these 4 lepers came. These people ate, wore, enjoyed, took money, went to those days there was no bank, so they dig the earth, hid some, and then one quarter told the other that what we are doing is not nice, crowd. Our brothers are still thinking about hipic. They are still thinking about poverty. They are still thinking about shame. They are still in lack and want. Let us go and help them. We've had enough. God will give you enough. I said, God will give you enough, so they can take care of your family, so they can take care of their poor people, so they can take care of everybody. Look at someone and say, I will have enough. So they went to tell the king that some 4 lepers are looking for you. And by the way, if you read my book, you will know one of them was Gehazi. By this time, he was a leper because of his behavior. So he said, one of them is looking for you. The king said, yes, how can I help you? You want to help a leper. They call you names. They call you leper. They say you smell. They say your skin is not good. But when you break through, people will forget you were a leper. He said, how can I help you? You say, oh, king, you can't help me. Look at me. Do you want rice? I have some in my pocket. You've not eaten rice for a long time. Oh, king, get water to drink. Bottled water. Hey, bring some. Give him some to drink. Hey, where did he get all this thing from? He said, yesterday we walked to the place. They heard that we were coming, and they ran away. And the rest is left. Now come and see finance minister. Everybody, hold on. Hold on. You see, we must share it evenly. The Bible said they walked on him. Because the prophet told him that his eyes will see, but his mouth cannot enjoy it. And he died. I can see a prophetic shift coming to the church. I can see a prophetic change coming to the church. I can see financial breakthrough coming to the church. But we need 4 crazy men. Are you part of the 4 crazy men? We need some 4 crazy men. Were they 4 or 7? I showed you 4. Because I also remember in Mark chapter 2, some 4 men carried their brother to meet Jesus. Look at somebody say 4. And I also said there's 4 more months to the end of the year. Someone say 4. You see, you are not crazy. Who are the 4 crazy people? Tell somebody that you don't like my skin. You don't like my color. You say I am Ghana. You say I'm Ewe. You say I'm Fanti. You say I'm Nigeria. You say I'm this. But you see, when I break through, you forget where I'm coming from. The mechanic that nobody wants to marry in Accra, when he goes to America and come, they marry that mechanic. 3 of us. Shout, I am one of them. I didn't hear you. I did not hear you. I did not hear you. For instance, you want to be one of them. Are you one of them? I can still see doubting Thomas is here. Still Judas is in church. Finance minister Christ in church. Head of the economic management team is still in church. They say that you say what? Things should be easy for us. Yes, things should be easy for us. Things should be smooth for you. Your breakthrough will come. I can tell you that Joseph was in prison also, was not respected. There was a case on his head, something was hanging upon his head, but the king could not understand something, and he had to bring this man over, and because of him he also made his family rich. Look at someone and say, I must be crazy. Master, let me tell you, if you think about the economy, that one to make you go crazy. I prefer to think about success and go crazy than think about poverty and go crazy. True of us. Master, you can think about poverty until you decide to hang yourself. I saw a picture of a man who was not having food, or he didn't have fish, so he hung the fish on a stick and put his food hand in the gari, and I will smell the fish and put the food in his mouth. So the smell gave him appetite to eat. What am I trying to tell you about? Poverty can make people do crazy things. Because of poverty, you wake up very early in the morning so that your wife and children will not see you, and you come back very, very late when they are asleep. Poverty is not good. Poverty has made you become a liar. Consolidated Bank has not frozen your account, but you are going to tell everybody, see that they frozen accounts. You see that. That's why. You see, I'm part of those people whose accounts have been frozen. That's why. Poverty. Tomorrow by this time, I repeat it, tomorrow by this time, I repeat it, tomorrow by this time, anybody who has forgotten you, if I be a man of God, may they remember you for your good. 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 Say, I have a beautiful feet. How many of you go and anoint your feet? 21 days. For the next 21 days. It's your ritual. Say, my feet are anointed. I didn't hear you. Can I speak to somebody here? You will change the course of your family. You will change. You will change it. Listen, I'm not talking about bringing a seed. Oh. Those lepers, they didn't have seed. They had faith. Those lepers, they didn't have anything. But they heard a prophet say, tomorrow by this time. And I've seen people in this church like Pastor Charles who set a wedding date and they didn't have 100 cedis in their account. And so they wanted garden wedding. And they still did a garden wedding. Because see, your economy is not based on your circumstance. You have Jehovah Jireh. Look at something, you cannot be poor. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Now listen, the next condition for your anointing or your feet, you have to preach to people. I don't say go and tell people about ideas. Tell people about Jesus. That's the next thing. You will be preaching to people. Amen. You anoint your feet. How beautiful are the feet of them that bring good news. And I say they cannot preach unless they have been sent. So if you are preaching, it means you have been sent. And anybody God sent had a breakthrough. Say, I'll preach the gospel. I didn't hear you. And I've told you this thing before. The secret of Christianity is so winning. The secret of Christianity is everything I have today is because I won souls who broke through and took care of me. The secret of Christianity is so winning. Lift up your two hands. Say, as my days, so shall my strength be. Say, I will not fail. Say, I am entering into the harvest. It is not 4 months. I have been sent into the harvest. Say, oh Lord, wherever the harvest is located, cause me to enter. Send me there. Open your mouth and begin to talk to Jesus. I sent you where you did not labor. Others labored. You just entered and you enjoyed. Ruth. Oh, Ruth. You didn't sow. You came to meet the harvest. Went to work with the harvesters. And you became the madam of the harvest. Ruth. When you came, we told you to stay back. We pushed you and relegated you to the background. Oh, Ruth. Creator of the universe, what can you do? What can't you do, Jesus? Sing it. Creator of the universe. Come on now. Keep praying. You sing, keep praying. Give us the words. What can you do? What can you change? Jesus. Name above every other name. What can you change? What can you change? Jesus. You are able. Great and mighty God. You are able, Jesus. You are able. Great and mighty God. You are able, Jesus. There is nothing, nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot change. Come on, nothing you cannot turn around. You are able, the mighty God.